Hello and welcome to this video on solving equations where we have pronumerals on both sides. Okay, so here's our first example where we've got the values of x on both sides of the equation. So we've got the 3x on one side and the 2x on the other side. We also have numbers on both sides as well. Now, you might have numbers on both sides, you might only have numbers on one side. But in this type, we've got numbers and pronumerals on both sides. Now, there's not a specific first step in these. However, what I suggest is looking at both pronumerals, the 3x and the 2x, and trying to make all the pronumerals to one side. So this is a positive 2x, and this is a positive 3x. So ultimately, we want to get these x's, these two x's, and subtract them to the other side. So that could be a possible first step. But what I'm going to show you is this, adding 4 to both sides. So I'm going to work with the numbers first. So this is a takeaway 4. We know that the inverse operation is adding 4. So adding both sides, the value of 4, which will mean that this disappears because negative 4 plus 4 is 0. So we'll have 3x is equal to 2x plus, and you'll notice that this is now a 9 because 5 plus 4 equals 9. We then want to get rid of this 2x, so the opposite of this positive 2x is taking 2x away from both sides. So then this will go because 2x take away 2x is 0. Now you need to calculate or evaluate 3x take away 2x. And in this case, it's 1x. And you are trying to get to the final step, which is whatever the pronumeral is. In this case, we've got x's. So x is equal to a number, which is 9 in this case. Okay, example 2 is a little bit more involved because you'll notice that you don't get 1x straight away. Once we've done the operations with the x's, we'll have to do another step or so in order for us to work out what x is. So let's have a look at what a possible first step might look like. The opposite of adding 2 is subtracting 2. So do that to both sides. And then you'll notice that 20 take away 2 is 18. And then this 2 take away 2, you'll notice that there's nothing written in that part of the equation because that means we have a value of 0 for that aspect. Opposite of 4x is taking 4x away. So we're looking at the positive 4x. So take 4x away from both sides. And in the previous example, we were left with 1x. Over here, what's 7x take away 4x? If you said 3x, fantastic. And that now says 3x equals 18. We need to work out what one lot of x is. So we need to divide by what number? So this is 3. So we divide by 3 to get one lot of x. And 18 divided by 3 is 6. Okay, so we've just gone through 2 examples there. I suggest we will have a look at these 2. So pause the video, write down these 2 examples, and answer those and see if you can get the value of x for each. All right, how did we go? So I'm going to start off by a different way. Instead of adding the 15 to both sides, I'm going to take 5x away. So this is a positive 5x. I'm going to take 5x away. And then 2x take away 5x is negative 3x. And then I want to get rid of this 15, this take away 15, to put it onto the other side to isolate, to make these, well, that negative 3x by itself. So add 15 to both sides. And what's negative 3 plus 15? If you said 12, great job. And this negative 15 plus 15, you'll notice that there's nothing with the 15s written, and then this goes on the next line. Now, what do we divide by on both sides to make this just a one lot of x? If you said negative 3, great job. 12 divided by 3 is 4, so 12 divided by negative 3 is negative 4. How did you go with that one? All right, same sort of thing. I'm going to do it a little bit different so you can see that there's not just one technique, but in this case, I'm going to not take an x away from both sides, but I'm going to look at this, and I'm going to add 2x to both sides. That means that this will go because negative 2x plus 2x is 0. So that 14 comes down, equals 8, and then this works out to be 3x. Take 8 away from both sides. The opposite of a positive 8 is taking 8 away. And then we've got 6 equals 3x. What do we divide by to make it a 1x? What's in front of the value of x, which is a 3. So divide both sides by 3. And then we've got an answer right now that doesn't have our x value at the start. So it says 2 equals x. We can just swap those two sides around and say x is equal to 2. You'll notice that there's a symbol, a mathematical symbol with 3 dots. Does anyone remember what that notation represents? If you said therefore, that's the correct statement. So therefore, x equals 2. Therefore, x equals negative 4. Thanks for watching that video on solving equations with pronumerals on both sides.